Good afternoon, everyone. This is Taste and See with Ken Sabalza. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a walkthrough and a guided tour of Seattle's waterfront and piers. And it will be a wonderful time to go sightseeing and to show you around, so that in case you are planning a trip to Seattle and wanting to check out the different sites, this is definitely one of those places where you can spend some time hanging out, checking out the different piers, and spend time with the family. So let's go ahead and let's check it out. So our first stop on this walkthrough of the waterfront and piers will be the Seattle Ferry Terminal. And this is it in front of us. And this is actually a new addition that they added. And they also remade or rebuilt this walking bridge that connects from downtown all the way to the ferry terminal over here. And that's great because a lot of people take the ferry into Seattle who live in the surrounding areas. For example, the ferries actually connect to Bainbridge Island, Bremerton, Vashon, and there's also a water taxi that connects people to West Seattle. So if we go here, let's just check out the terminal a little bit. And there are actually no ferries at the moment. I think the last one just departed a few moments ago. But this is where, people catch their ferries, either to go into downtown for work or for anything else. And a lot of people take the ferries back home. So from the ferry terminal, if you keep walking straight north on this walkway, you'll see these additions that they have. And it's not quite available yet, available to use. And what's pretty neat is they added these swings for people to sit. And that's really cool because you could be sitting here and watching the water and watching the sunset. And I'll show you here in a moment. There are also additional bike lanes where people can ride their bikes. And it's over there, and I believe they just planted new trees here. So once the trees grow a little bit, you'll see a lot of the leaves blossom. And also here's a huge bench sitting area made out of wood. And over here on our left is the fire department here at the waterfront. And if you take a look, that's where the ferry terminal is. And we are just right there. So continuing to walk straight on this pathway. So we're now here at Ivar's, and this is a famous Seattle restaurant that opened in 1938. And Ivar's is famous for their clam chowder, fish and chips, and for their fresh seafood. And they actually have an outdoor fish bar here where you can order food to go, basically. And that's just some of the menu items. Seafood entrees, fish and chips, chowder, so they have different chowders. And the food here is delicious, especially the chowders. And see, Ivar's famous clam chowder here. And they actually have a sit-down restaurant right next door. And let's just take a look inside. So this is the restaurant where you can make reservations. And yeah, this is what it looks like. We might do another video where we actually go ahead and sit down and eat. But in the meantime, this is just the lobby area of Ivar's. And here's a replica of the Smith Tower in the corner. So if you're ever here in Seattle and you're at the waterfront, definitely check out Ivar's and taste their clam chowder. So Ivar's is connected to Pier 54, and here at Pier 54 they have a few shops. One of them is simply Seattle, and it's a souvenir shop. Actually, yes, it is a souvenir shop. Just wanted to double check. And over here, you have Great State Burger. And if you turn around the corner here on Pier 54, there's a few more restaurants, which include this place here, famous for their meat pies.
Yeah, no worries, and I'll send them a quick.
And if you keep on going straight, you can actually see the Harley Davidson store. And one of the more interesting shops here in Seattle, it's called the Olde Curiosity Shop. And this is a gift shop with souvenirs, and it's also kind of a mini museum because they have a lot of interesting kind of either relics or things that are from Seattle's history, Seattle's past. And so let's just step inside. Let's check out Ye Olde Curiosity Shop. Okay. Wow. Check it out. Wow. Yeah. This is cool. It's always fun going in here and checking out the different items. So they have hand-carved items here. And they have dream catchers, a lot of Native American souvenirs. Little wallets. Candy, of course, you can't go wrong with candy. They actually have fudge here. I'm not sure where their fudge section, well, they did, but I'm not sure if they have it anymore. Oh, these are the more odd displays that they have. Here, let's take a look. I think they have a mummy. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this is the mummy. And then they have this old player piano here. And then they have the fortune teller machine, and I don't know what this is. Tugboat made of matchsticks. That's cool. So yeah, this is a really cool shop. And worth checking out if you're in the area. If you want to take a look at some interesting souvenirs to bring home. So let's head back and let's check out other places. But before going on the main route, I want to show you a cool hangout spot here in the back of Pier 54. Okay, we're back outside. Just wanted to show this area here real quick. And actually, here on our right-hand side, you can see a crane. I'm not sure what exactly they're doing here. A little barge with a crane. But this is alongside, so that was one of the exits for Ye Olde Curiosity Shop. And if you actually go here in the back of Pier 54, there's a place where you can just see the views. Really cool. This is one of my favorite spots. Very quiet. And you could actually just bring your fold-up chair or camping chair and just sit here and watch the ferries go by. And that's the ferry terminal right in front of us. And so the ferries take people there on the other side. Bainbridge and Bremerton, and then Vashon is somewhere over that side. Have to go that way, and then West Seattle is there. But yes, so if you go to the back of Pier 54, there is this wide open area where you can just sit, or you can just watch. And you have these binoculars where you can see out in the distance. Not sure if you have to pay for it. No. Oh yeah, this is free. You don't have to pay for it. So you could actually just look through and see out in the distance. And there's some indicators of where things are located. Like Bainbridge Island, 9 miles away, at Alki Point, 5 miles. So if you're close by to Pier 54, go to the back of it and you'll see this wide open area here where you can just watch the water and watch the ferries go by. So now let's go back to the main walking path and head to our next 3 destinations. Okay, we're now back on the main walking path, and here's Pier 54 right behind us, and if we keep on going straight, let's head this way. And here on our left, there's a hot dog stand called the Frankfurter. I heard their hot dogs are really good, so if you like hot dogs, worth a try. And for Pier 55, we have a souvenir shop called the Shirt Company, Seattle Shirt Company to be exact. And they actually have a sale right now for 2 for $30 for Seattle hoodies, or 1 for $20. But I think the 2 for $30 definitely is a better deal. And here's a really fun looking thing here, big old Sasquatch. So you could take a picture with the Sasquatch, and it's probably seen better days. Take a look at its foot, one of its toes. And yeah, so here's the souvenir shop. A lot of Seattle sports items for the Seahawks, the Kraken, which is a hockey team, the Mariners, and baseball hats for $5. And you can also make your own coin. And right next door to the souvenir shop is, of course, Starbucks. No explanations needed. And Seattle is the birthplace of Starbucks. So if you like coffee, here is a stop for you. And right next door to Starbucks, here on Pier 55, is the Argosy Cruises. And they are small charter boats where you can take a tour of Elliott Bay for about an hour, or the locks. So this is the ticket office here on the left. So if you love scenery and you love sightseeing, this is what it looks like. Especially great during the summertime when the sun is out and the weather is nice. So this is for an hour. Seattle Skyline, container ships, vehicle, seasonal wildlife, Olympic Mountains, Mount Rainier, weather permitting. So they're open daily 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then the other one is for the Locks Cruise for 2 hours. So you get two options, and they are open daily 10 to 4. And I believe the last boat just left at not too long ago, and then they're probably boarding for the next one here soon. But those are just some of the boats. They have an upper deck, which is outdoors, and a lower indoor deck. So if the weather's cold, such as like today, it's about 38 degrees Fahrenheit here in Seattle, and you actually see they put some anti-slip here on the wood because we just had snow for the past couple of days. Not super thick snow or heavy, but there was snow. So yes, if you are ever in Seattle and you want to take a very scenic cruise around Elliott Bay so you can see the Seattle skyline and see the different mountains, this is a good activity to consider. And from here, before we go on the main path, I actually want to show you an area where you can go to that has a bench or two for you to sit down, have your lunch, or just sit and sightsee. So if you follow me, we'll go towards the side here, and if we keep on walking straight this way, there is a great seating area where you can enjoy scenic views and eat your lunch. Okay, we made it to the back of the pier, and we were actually just over there. So we just came from there, maybe walk towards the back area. And so if you look here, there is actually a parking lot. I think this is for maybe, I'm not sure if it's for customers or employees, but there's a parking lot here in the back. But check this out. Here's some seating areas. And this is definitely a cool place to just hang out, enjoy a meal, just sightsee, watch the boats go by. And it's behind Pier 56. So go to the back of Pier 56 on the side where Elliott's Oyster House is located, and you'll see this area where they have benches and tables, and a good place to just sit and watch and sightsee and just enjoy. So hopefully this is a nice bonus area for you. Okay, we're back to the main walking area, And in front of us is Pier 56, and we were just in the back area of the pier where they had the benches and the tables. And Argosy Cruises was right behind us. And now we're going to continue towards the next pier, which is Pier 57. And it's known as Miners Landing. And this is one of my favorite piers because they have a lot of fun stuff inside. So we are going to go inside and we'll take a look at some of the interesting and fun activities inside Miners Landing. Oh, and also here's Sailor Sea Tour. So if you enjoy riding on sailboats, so that's different from Argosy in that you are just riding a sailboat instead of one of the bigger charter boats. And yeah, let's go inside and take a look at Miners Landing. And they do have an oyster bar here out in front where they have a lot of items for sale that you can order. So they have side soups, smoked fish dinner, burger sandwiches, and okay, let's go inside Miners Landing. So here it says food court, carousel rides, attractions, restaurants, and shops. Oh, that's cool. Fresh popcorn. And actually here on the right side of the entrance, you have Pirates Plunder, which is another souvenir shop. So you can take a look at the different items that they have here and the cool pirate statues. There's one and there's a few of them here. And of course the gumball machine. So let's go inside. Miners Landing. Okay, so we're inside. It's nice and warm. So here's the gift shop. With some Seattle souvenirs with Space Needle, snow globes. And over here on the left side is the very well-known Crab Pot. And this is a place that you can try out if you love seafood. And we'll take a look at the menu here in a moment. I love these hand-carved statues of fishermen here. And here is the menu for the Crab Pot. So they have grilled seafood, today's specials, and then their specialty, basically like a mix of a bunch of seafood all together. So it looks like that. And a lot of people come here for the seafood. And right across from the Crab Pot is this sourdough bakery and restaurant, and they make their bread fresh. And if you take a look at the bread, wow, nice. Yeah, let's actually just take a look. Look at that bread, yum. Wow, Marion Dairy muffins. So excellent. So if you love sourdough or fresh baked bread, you can check out this bakery. And now let's continue walking through here. And on the right hand side you have some arcade games, Space Invaders, a giant Pac-Man game. they actually have animals here, animal heads here on top. And here is an ice cream shop. Yeah, it looks like they're open. Not really a good time to have ice cream because it's freezing outside, but if you want, you can. Cotton candy. And here towards the back. Oh, by the way, restrooms are right here next to the ice cream shop. And here towards the back, we have a concession stand with popcorn, candy, a gigantic gumball machine, and the carousel. Definitely a fun ride for the kiddos. And if you're still young at heart, you can still ride it. And now we're going towards the back of Miners Landing, and there's another room for some arcade games. And here in the back, there's actually a restaurant, the Fisherman's Restaurant and Bar. So you have two main restaurants here at Miners Landing. You have the Crab Pot and this one, the Fisherman's Restaurant and Bar. So here's the entrance. Okay, now we're exiting Miners Landing, and we'll check out the Great Wheel. And here we are. Here's Seattle's Great Wheel. So you can purchase the tickets here in the back area of Miners Landing. Also, there is a show called Wings Over Washington, and it's a ride that you can view on a huge screen, and so it takes you throughout Washington. And here's the entrance to the Great Wheel. Here it is. So if you're not afraid of heights, this is a cool ride to try out. Here you go. So you can enter through here. There's also a lookout area here on the side of the Great Wheel. So the sun is starting to peek out of the clouds, and that would be great because it's been pretty cold today. We could always see some warmth. But here, once again, is the Seattle Great Wheel. So if you are in town and want a memorable scenic ride overlooking the waterfront, this would be a good recommendation. So now let's go back to the main path once again and finish up this part of our waterfront and pier tour. Before we proceed to the main walking area, I just wanted to show this to you real quick. This is right next to Miners Landing, and this is actually going to be a park. And you can see kind of like the sitting area in a way. And this has really progressed because a few months ago they were still laying the foundations. And a reminder, we are on a pier, and right below this is actually water. So they did a wonderful job stabilizing and creating the foundations and having this level. And looking forward to coming back to see what it looks like once it's finished. But yes, this will be a park here on the waterfront, which is next door to Miners Landing. So we just walked from Miners Landing, which is over there, and the Great Wheel right there. And you can see the park that they are building. And oh, that's cool. That's a slide, I think. So it looks like an octopus or some sort of a structure, but that's going to be some sort of a play area for the kids. And as you can see, there will be some sort of a bridge, a walkway that connects it here to the sidewalk. And the last main pier, at least for this part of the waterfront, is none other than the Seattle Aquarium. Here on our left. So if you enjoy sea creatures and checking out the different marine life, Seattle Aquarium is an awesome place to go. It's on Pier 59, and what's really cool is they also added an additional section here for the aquarium right in front of us, and right above it is the brand new Overlook Walk. And I will do another video for the Overlook Walk, but it was opened just recently on October 4th of last year, 2024. And so this is the main Seattle Aquarium, Pier 59, and here's the extension. And there's a really cool thing here at the entrance where if you look up, you can see some unique and interesting creatures. So here we go. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna stand right below and look up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow, isn't that cool? So you can see some of the fish, some of the even bigger creatures right above. A see-through, basically. So that's really neat. I like that addition.
The new big ones you can also.
So there you have it. This is the Seattle Aquarium, the new addition, and the main building here on the side. Well, there you have it. That was a brief guided tour of the waterfront here in Seattle, along with the different piers. And I hope you enjoyed it and that it was insightful and that it helped you if you are planning a trip here to Seattle. And for our next video, we'll take a look at the brand new Overlook Walk, which connects the Pike Place Market area to the waterfront. So that should be a fun one. So in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me here on Taste and See with Ken Sabalza. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in our next journey. Take care and happy travels.